It's big dog season, and you can't stay still because you want it. Talk that talk, George. You still scraping your plate because you're hungry. Talk that talk.
Good morning. Today is Saturday. So Saturday, August the 16th. The year is 2025. So I have a few friends who are looking for employment. They've been unemployed for some time now. If you all have seen ICE, the enforcement agency that Donald Trump has infused trillions of dollars into, is hiring agents to work with ICE. A lot of black people, men and women, are declining to work for ICE. Why, I have no idea. If you're an American citizen and you live in the United States of America and you have an opportunity to work for a federal agency that's hiring, one of the only agencies that's hiring, since Trump has pretty much frozen hiring in a lot of other agencies, at least, the last time I looked, a lot of agencies have freezes, hiring freezes taking place, but ICE is actively seeking individuals to work for them. Why on earth would you turn down a job working for ICE? If you're qualified, you need a job. You're qualified, you need a job. You can pass the background check or whatever other things they have available. You can pass the background check. You can get past the federal clearance. This is an amazing opportunity for you to get a job working for the federal government and can move on. You don't have to stay at ICE forever. You can move on to other agencies you get. Once you get that federal clearance, you can move on to different agencies and move on up in different places. There is an opportunity here. One of the only opportunities in the federal government right now. Some of you all, I don't particularly like what ICE is doing. I don't like it at all. But I also don't like the way police officers used to treat black people back in the 50s and the 60s, long before I was born. They didn't really start hiring black police officers until the 60s, maybe 50s, 60s, somewhere over there. And so for years, white police officers were allowed to mistreat us because, well, there were no other black officers on force, and they just got away with a lot of stuff. ICE is getting away with a lot of stuff because there are a lot of people in there with no moral compass. If you have a moral compass and you care about people, you need to be in ICE. Because that's the only way it's going to change. Change comes from within. If you're sitting on the sidelines because you don't like Trump, you don't like this, you don't like that, and you're like this, you need a job, and here's an opportunity, and you have a moral compass, and you don't like what you're seeing, you need to be there to help institute that change. That's how change happens, you guys. You got to get involved. If you don't like something, get involved in it. You don't run from it. Oh, I ain't going to do that because I don't like what they're doing. No, I don't like what they're doing either. But I definitely think we need to be involved in that so we can change the outcome of this. You can make some changes in agencies. But now people in there saying, okay, we don't like this. We're not going to do it this way. We need to do this differently. Look around you. Look at all the changes that's happening in companies, corporations, federal agencies, police departments. All that stuff happened because we got on the force and said we're not doing this no more. It doesn't necessarily happen overnight, but change does happen. But if y'all let all the wrong people get on that ICE, the wrong people get onto these agencies, you're going to be next on the list. So I would rather see us get actively involved, go get hired to work with these agencies and try to work with these agencies, especially if you know you don't like what you're seeing. Be the change that you believe in. If I could go work for these agencies, I would go work for these agencies. Because I don't, myself personally, I'm like, okay, let's see what's going on here. Why are they doing it this way? I just read an article where they picked up an 18-year-old kid who was in his senior year in high school, locked him up, and then had the nerve to he was walking his dog, took the dog, tied it to a tree, and then took the dog off his leash. Who does something so cruel like that? That's just unreal. Why didn't they just return the dog to his parents, his owner, when they took him away? His family didn't even know he was gone until they saw the dog run back to the house, and they're like, well, where's he at? No, I don't like that. I don't like how they move, and I don't like how they operate. And the only way we're going to change this is to get involved. And y'all seem to think that there are a lot of people working for Trump who don't like Trump. Y'all know that, right? There's a whole lot of them. In every agency, they don't like him. But they working a job, and they making sure, and with change comes, I keep telling you how change comes from within. If you want to make a change or something, you got to participate. You can't run from it. You can't sit on the sidelines and say, I don't like the way they doing baking them cookies over there. But go over there and help them bake them cookies. You know, some of the stuff that I'm seeing on the internet, and the people who could work for these agencies, black men and women, need to be involved in this. Because we know, I hate to say this, but sometimes our white counterparts have no compassion. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Blacks seem to have more compassion for people. At least that's what I've encountered. I'm 55 years of age. I just think that we have, and I'm saying not all black folks get compassion either, but some of us have more empathy for what's going on. So we need to be involved in these organizations and these agencies as we can make sure that the change is good, that works for everybody. So I would strongly encourage, if you need a job and you have a moral compass and you're concerned about what's happening in our country right now with ICE, they're hiring. Go work for them, and you'll be join the organization and try to change everything. It's going to take some hard work. It's going to take a lot of people getting involved, and a lot of people saying, hey, wait a minute, what are we doing here? Why are we doing this? That's how change happens in any department, in any company, in any organization. But as a federal agency or a privately owned company, I work for places I said, okay, this is not working. Well, what should we do differently? Oh, let's do this differently. Sometimes it takes somebody to stand up and say, we don't want to do this way anymore. We need to do this differently. So I definitely think getting involved, getting hired, applying, working for ICE will make change. It's not going to be easy. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. But having enough people in there with a moral compass to say, no, we don't like this. No, we don't like this. Something needs to change. I think that's a good idea. In regards to what's going on with ICE, I don't like it, not one bit. I don't like any of the reports that I've seen. I don't like any of the stuff that they're doing. I don't like none of it. I don't like any of it. But I do firmly believe we need more good people to join this organization and change the outcome of this. Because it's all just getting started, and it's going to just get worse, y'all. They didn't pump that big, beautiful bill Trump promoted and was passed by them ignorant-ass Republicans is pumping trillions of dollars into ICE, and it's going to get worse. A whole lot worse. And so, therefore, we need to be actively involved. Good people with empathy and a moral compass need to be involved. That's all I'm going to say about this. I got stuff I need to do. I'm trying to do a video every day, y'all. My mother's here at the house. There's a lot going on over here. I'm trying to feed her breakfast right now. So my nephew to go pick up breakfast. I have Rosie here. She's about to take off. She was over here cleaning all day. I need to go look around and see how everything turned out here, because it's been a long, exhausting couple of weeks with my mother here and my family here. I talked to do a video about that, but don't have the time to do one right now. But I did want to, I know some of y'all may not necessarily agree with what I'm saying in this video, but I think we need to be involved with Trump's organization, with jobs that are available. We can't sit on the sideline and ignore this for the next 4 years. Whatever his term is up, 3.5 years now, I believe. We need to be actively involved. We need to be actively seeking employment and be actively involved with ICE and other organizations. We need to, because this is going to be a catastrophe if we don't. Not only for them, but for us too. So today it is Saturday. It is August the 16th. I am about to finish up here at this house before I get out of here. I gotta go get some doggy food. I'm out of dog food. You hear them in there screaming. I put them in the cage. I ain't got no dog food. I need to go get dog food. Luckily, the street is up, the store is right up the street. I can get some dog food. I'm taking a day off today. Y'all, I'm exhausted. I gotta go see a friend of mine in the bodybuilding show. The last 2 days, I kind of took off to take care of some stuff here at the house with my mother. I'm just, y'all, it's beyond my control. Some things are so beyond my control, all I can do is just sit back and kind of just watch, like, okay, what is going on over here? And there's a lot going on over here. I went from living in this house by myself to a house full of people getting on my fucking nerves. But, you know, I have to see what I can do to make things better over here myself. Things are kind of rough right now. Things are getting kind of rough. My mother is a handful. She's getting better. She's even up moving around now. She's getting up out of bed. She's moving around. She ain't doing much, but she's doing a lot better than when she first got here. I'm so glad I pulled her out that damn hospital. We're going to put her on a feeding tube. I said, oh, no, the hell you ain't. My mother's eating food here at the house. She ain't on a feeding tube. She's getting up. She's moving around. If I had left in that hospital, y'all, it would have been a catastrophe. If I hadn't gotten involved in my mother's care and let them motherfuckers do what they wanted to do at that hospital, oh, don't tell her how this shit would have ended. I really regret I didn't pull Earl out that hospital much sooner. Wasn't thinking, you know, sometimes you think going to the hospitals are going, you know, how they going to help them. They going to, no. Y'all, the worst place you want a family member or a loved one is in a hospital where they're constantly doing stuff. You need to, immediately when they get to a point where they well enough pull them out them hospitals, are you going to have a problem? Get him out of there as soon as possible. I think Earl's situation may have ended differently had I pulled him out of that hospital back in December. He wanted to go home for Christmas, and I should have got him out of that hospital for Christmas. I think we would have had a different outcome. All right, but that's neither here nor there, and I can't do nothing about it now. Today is Saturday, August the 16th. This year's flying by, ain't it? The year's 2025, and I look forward to reading you all's comments. I would love to see us get involved with ICE. I think with compassion and empathy, we can change that organization. We need to get involved in largely. They're hiring thousands and thousands of people, y'all. There's an amazing opportunity for black folks to get involved, to get federal clearance, to move up in the agency. I'm telling y'all, this is something that you should get involved in, and do not ignore it and turn your nose up at it. So I don't want to do that. If you're looking for a job and you need federal clearance, and you can get federal clearance, you need to be there, because we need good people in there. Good people with empathy, moral compass, compassion. We do. All right, Saturday, August 16th, the year's 2016, 2025. I didn't move it up a whole year. I wish it was 2026. Oh, Lord, I've been past all this shit by now. You know, it's still 2025, and I'm still here in the middle of the summer. It's kind of nice out today. Saturday, August 16th, the year 2025. I'm out of here. Don't forget to like, and y'all share my videos. I keep forgetting to tell y'all to share my videos, click like, and please subscribe to my channel. I'm getting very close to 100,000 subscribers, so please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.